You know what? In defense of Michaela Skinner, just kidding, there is no defense. This is actually to get your attention about voting rights in New Hampshire. Did you know that recent studies show the great state of New Hampshire, Mr. Live Free or Die, is the 50th hardest state to vote in? That study, the one that we've talked about with Arkansas, where Arkansas ranks 48th, people always say to me, well, who's 50? And I'm like, it's New Hampshire. Which I always think is kind of shocking when you think about the role that New Hampshire plays in our elections and the primaries, etc. And there are a few reasons why New Hampshire is such a hard state to vote in, but I think one of the biggest reasons is the fact that the only way to register to vote in New Hampshire is to go to your local town or city clerk's office. Yes, that's right. You can't print out a form and mail it in and be registered to vote. You can do that in states where voter access is very difficult, like Mississippi. This is so wild. Just like, stay with me here. The only way to register to vote in New Hampshire is to physically go to your town or city clerk's office and register in person. Do you realize what a barrier that is? Even these other states that rank like 48 and 49 and 43, you can at least print out a form, fill it out by hand. It might require a wet signature. That's what's happening in Arkansas. But you can mail in your voter registration. In the state of New Hampshire, you cannot mail in your voter registration. You cannot register online. That is wild. The one thing I will give it is that you can register in person on the day of the election at your polling place. And I actually thought, like, this can't be real. This can't be the only way. So you know what I did? I called the Secretary of State's office and I spoke with the folks in the elections department. And I said, is the only way to register to vote to go in person to your city clerk's office? And they said, yes, unless you are active military and you are, deployed somewhere, or you have a, disability that makes it so you cannot leave your domicile, etc. And in that case, they said, you have to contact the town clerk and they will mail you paperwork. And then you fill out the paperwork and then it's very specific, they said, and then you mail it back to them to see if you can get registered to vote with like a form without having to go in person. By the way, woman I talked to, absolute delight. Anyway, is it surprising to you all that New Hampshire is ranked number 50? Because I think it is surprising. Anyway, live free or die.